So the Dems sold out the rail workers. As you know, here at Unbossed, we have been rolling with this story since the beginning, and I am still hot about it. I gotta get that fire extinguisher. I don't have it yet, but baby, I'm gonna get one. So we must never forget. And this betrayal of the rail workers is not one and done. It will have an impact for decades on not just the rail workers, but all other workers in this country. This is a moment that workers must unite. All for one and one for all. They're coming for the rail workers. It'll be you next time. This has sent a signal to the oligarchs that the federal government and in control of Democrats will come for workers and do the bidding of their owner donors. There is no other way, sisters and brothers and family and friends, to describe what the Democrats who are in control of the Senate, in control of the House, and in control of the presidency, how they have betrayed workers. Yes, they have. And we will not let the Republicans off the hook either, baby. They are in the betrayal line as well. But the folks who are in full control in this moment are the Democrats. Let's put up this headline, this fantastic reporting by David Sirota of The Lever. Dems could have helped rail workers by doing nothing. Lawmakers could have stayed out of the rail dispute, but they chose to help rail barons by intervening. And that's what David means by that. They could have done nothing like they usually do and let the workers use their leverage, and their leverage was to be able to strike. But oh no, oh no, oh no, oh hell no. They could not do that. They had to dip in here in a way that hurts the workers. So let's look at how David Sirota lays this out. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Come with me. In most political battles against abusive corporations, workers need politicians to take action. But in this week's, meaning last week's, skirmish over the nation's rail system, workers merely needed Democrats to perform the one task they're usually best at, doing absolutely nothing. But the party's Washington lawmakers are so owned. Let me read that one more time. Now, y'all know this is an underlined, bold exclamation point. Put it in a message in a bottle moment. But the party's Washington lawmakers are so owned, they refuse to even do that. What is that? Nothing, like they usually do. They are owned indeed. And Sirota goes deeper in his explanation of what happened. Lost in the congressional machinations, the corporate punditry, and the partisan cheerleading was a simple fact. Railroad executives, not rail workers, were the ones desperate for congressional legislation to prevent a work stoppage, preserve their skyrocketing profits, and protect their inhumane precision schedule business model. Those executives needed President Joe Biden and congressional lawmakers to affirmatively invoke an ancient strike-busting law that would force workers to toll without appropriate paid sick leave. Francesca, I'm gonna bring you in on here. I cannot wrap my mind around, I cannot understand, I will never understand, and I will not accept this, what just happened to these rail workers, and how anybody on God's green earth can think it is okay for workers not to be able to have paid sick time and also family leave. This is cruel and unusual punishment. And while the United States is always pointing its finger at somebody else, we ought to get the mote out of our own damn eye before we go pointing our fingers at somebody else.
Absolutely. I mean, is American exceptionalism dead yet? Guys, can we just put that final nail in the coffin? Because we are only exceptional in how much we say that we're amazing, but fail to live up to being even just mediocre. I think that's what this whole thing has proven. But I've been trying to find my way around this story, be like, okay, there was something, there must have been some reason why they had to do the way they did. No, there wasn't. In fact, and Sirota's right. What could have happened is the federal government could have just stayed out of it. Just stay out of it. Don't invoke the Railway Labor Act, which is arcane, which has it's way too much control over one industry specifically, designed to basically allow like railway barons, like Warren Buffett, who is supposedly a liberal, but no, he's just a rich guy, just like just like richies are around the country. He wants to get his profit. They could have done nothing. But instead, they decided to intervene. So he's absolutely right about that. And what should have happened is they let it play out. Let the workers go on strike. Let the bosses feel the pressure. Let strikes do what strikes do, which is bring the bosses to the negotiating table and actually come to an agreement. Stop getting in the way of that, right? And it's so sad that push comes to shove, and it is status quo, Joe. Right? Like, this isn't the most pro-labor president, because when he has an opportunity to show up, he doesn't. Yes, the NLRB has done some good things. Yes, they have, let's say, required Amazon to now apologize to JFK 8 workers at ALU, which I think is amazing. They like, oh, we can't retaliate. There's small wins around Starbucks, around Amazon. But when it's the railways, when it might make my administration look bad because it'll stop goods from getting to people, and there might be an economic downturn, then people are gonna blame me. No, then I will not stick my neck out at all.
No, not at all. And don't forget, during the 2020 primary, Mr. Biden at the time stood up before some donors and said nothing will fundamentally change for you. And he meant that. He delivered on that with this railway intervention. David Sirota goes on to say, because it was capital, not labor, that needed government action. The Democrats who control the government had all the leverage to secure a rare win for the union workers who they purport to represent. Let's take a look at this tweet from the lever. Democrats passed the strike-breaking bill for their rail industry donors, who I call owner donors, with the kind of discipline, purpose, and acridity that the party has never mustered for long promised but still languishing initiatives such as the $15 minimum wage and the PRO Act. David hits the nail on the head right there. Where is all this smoke for the things that would actually lift working people in this country? Y'all don't have it, but with laser precision, y'all did all of this mischief. And the resolution to the problem is very simple. Let's see what my stunt double had to say about that. She weighed in here. It's simple: side with the workers. And on the Vice headline motherboard, more than 500 labor historians condemn Biden's intervention in freight rail dispute. Even the historians. Now I got to tell y'all something. When the historians got to get involved, you know it's bad.
Right.
You know, Francesca, we are in trouble when historians start jumping into the fight and they condemn. Condemn is a very strong word. And it is encouraging though, Francesca, the rail workers are still at it. They have a fund, they have put up a GoFundMe to be able to fund and help rail workers. Let's put that up. Special bulletin: Rail Workers United announces fundraising campaign. By giving to RW, you become a steward of fairness and decency on the railroads, which are so crucial to the supply chain. Join our struggle and please donate today. Thank you. So please, 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 if you can, go and help them. They need our help. And that is one of the best ways that we can show solidarity with them, is to help them. And as David Sirota goes on to further remind us that this does not have to be the final chapter in this. And so he put out this tweet today, a reminder to at AOC, at Jamal Bowman, New York, at Pramila Jayapal, and all of the United States progressives, that caucus, that progressive caucus, which is a joke, but I digress. I was thinking that and I said it out loud. You could demand Democratic leaders add language into the must-pass end of the year spending bill that provides 6 sick days to rail workers. Biden could also do it in an executive order. So what Francesca and I want all of you to know, that this does not have to end this way, that the power is there for this Congress and this president to do something different, that progressives can leverage their power and stop letting President Joe Manchin have all the fun. Leverage your power in this must pass end of the year bill and get those sick days in there for those rail workers. Please, for the love of God, do that. And y'all know I want to bold that, underline it, exclamation point, and message in the bottle. Do something for the rail workers and not just your owner donors.